Hello, I'm here on Church Street on this rainy, windy, sometimes sunny Wednesday afternoon. Not so busy today given the weather. Our city centre is changing more and more by the day. More new arrivals is flooding into the country, making the way to Liverpool because everywhere else is full. Changing large parts of long-standing Scouse communities and having a massive impact on the city centre. The city centre is becoming unfamiliar, unfriendly. Not a place I remember several years ago. Our city centre is a treasure. We have to pass down to our children, grandchildren, all those wonderful Scousers yet to be born. They have to experience the excitement and mystery even as a child when you first venture into the city centre. Especially when I was a child, we used to go to Wizard's Den, Moorfields, fantastic place. And I'm sure there's many wonderful places now here in the city centre. Kids enjoy. So it's in our interest to stop further large numbers of new arrivals at different ways, beliefs, value, standards being housed in our glorious city. Whole Scouse communities are being changed. One community in particular, Kensington and Fairfield, that is now being lost to cultural change. That's just going to descend into a Hare Hills, Leeds, West Yorkshire, and it'll lose its Scouse character, identity, everything we all remember Kensington and Fairfield 4 years ago, what it was. We remember the ice ring there, Shield Park pub, and many other famous landmarks, places there, especially people that live there, they'll remember. Whereas now it's been changed, has been changed, should I say, into something completely different. It's lost, as I said, its Scouse character, its Scouse status, the Scouse legacy as well. We must pledge to our children, grandchildren, all those amazing Scousers yet to be born, that the Scouse legacy will be passed down to them, the rightful inheritors, not the new arrivals, their children or grandchildren, or children and grandchildren. I'm sorry for being selfish, but that's the way it is, I'm afraid. Boot on the other foot, I'm sure the new arrivals would think the same. Right, our city centre is being changed, ladies and gentlemen. It is becoming unfamiliar, unfriendly to what it was several years ago. And at this rate, if it continues, it's going to become more and more unfamiliar and unfriendly, as will our Scouse communities across the city. Like I've said, the proof is in the pudding. What's happened to Kensington and Fairfield? Well, it's been changed. You know it has, right? So at this rate, if it continues, then that means other Scouse communities are going to be changed. That stands to reason, that's obvious. In fact, we see this change already. Breck Road, West Derby Road, Prescott Road, County Road, Smithdown Road, and many other, like I said, long-standing, you know, that son of a can, long-standing, proud Scouse communities. Is that better? Sorry for that. The sun's in and out. It's a strange day today. All the same, I believe I need to do a video to bring the awful truth to the good people of Liverpool. The politicians, councillors, MPs, they are not going to oppose further cultural change. They're going to allow it to sweep across our city until more and more Scouse communities resemble Kensington and Fairfield. And before long, like I've said, Kensington and Fairfield will become a Hare Hills in Leeds, West Yorkshire. There is no ifs or buts about that. It's in the process now of becoming and other hair hills. Shocking, disgraceful how these politicians, councillors, MPs have allowed this outrage to happen. It's now happening to other Scouse communities across the city. We must oppose this. We oppose it by voting for candidates opposed to further cultural change that are reliable, credible. Like I've said, you believe opposed to further cultural change of our glorious city. Whether or not the Reform UK candidates or whoever, that's your choice, right? You'll get no change from any of the others, Labour, Greens, Lib Dems or whatever. Just forget them, right? They're all in favour of further cultural change. They are watching our city change by the day and not uttering one word of opposition against it, let alone stopping it. Our city centre, that is changing more and more by the day. It's losing its unique Scouse character and identity. We must oppose this change. Like I said, the city centre belongs to those Scouse children, grandchildren and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. It belongs to them, right? As does the Scouse legacy that our fathers and grandfathers passed down to us. We must pass down to them the rightful inheritors. No one else deserves it except our children, grandchildren, all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. Like I've said, I'm sorry for being selfish, but the boot was on the other foot. I'm sure I know which way the new arrivals would be thinking. Well, exactly, you know, there is no, you can't deny what is happening to our city. It is being changed, right? It's not Joe Owens making this up. It's not Scotch Mist, it's Cultural Mist. It is being changed, and we must oppose this change, because long term we will indeed lose our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. Our city centre will become like other city centres across the country, unfamiliar, unfriendly. Our neighbourhoods will become divisive. Mistrust, parallel lives. Let's just get out of that sun again. Let me get back over here. And so that's what happens with cultural change. Division, mistrust, parallel lives, fear even, right? Whole communities losing their unique character and identity. Our city losing its traditions, customs and cultural identity. That's the end result of cultural change. We have the crystal ball, ladies and gentlemen. Like I've said many times before, let's not ignore that warning, because it's in front of us. We know what is on the way, and we all know how this unfolds. Even more scandalous, if that's the right word, the politicians, especially those that work and at times live in London, they know the end result of cultural change. They see it when they go into London, yet they're remaining silent as this change transforms our glorious city. What sort of people are these? Let alone calling themselves proud Scousers. I'm proud about you lot. Anyway, I'm going to go. I think I've made my point. I don't want to go on too long, but I have to press this message over and over again. I have to overemphasize my point, because this is urgent, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't stop what is happening to our city, it will indeed go the way other major towns and cities have gone. They have lost their unique character, their unique originality, their identity, everything. We can't allow this to happen to our glorious city. So remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout that out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.